Well, hello, anyone who may be watching this either live right now or in the future. I guess it'll be up for people to watch in the future. This was an impromptu last minute decision to go ahead and do a quick open chat. Haven't done one in a bit because things have been somewhat busy as of late. Hey, Luke, how you doing? Hope you're having a good evening. Really liking the teases of those customs that you've been posting. Uh, yeah, so this is just I've picked up a lot of stuff lately, and figured I would open it. Just see what we have. I got some miscellaneous even on the desk that I picked up lately. Oh boy, oh golly, if none of you out there have an Ollie's near you, which is the I don't know how they get all of their overstock, closeouts, clearance inventory, but there's some weird stuff that shows up at Ollie's. Super, super cheap. Things that I probably would not otherwise buy. Uh, like this. This is a Fortnite the Scientist figure, voiced by Joel McHale in the game. Would not have otherwise gotten this because I think this is probably like a $30 figure, at least 35. This is one of their deluxe because it has electronics. If you press that little plate, you can see his faceplate lights up. It's got a glowing effect on the first stage of it, but you can also, there we go, there's the glowing, the pulsing. But you can change how it displays. You can swap out the faceplates by taking that off, and these swap out right here for different expressions. So yeah, this was a super expensive figure when it came out. Ollie's, $10. And so I went ahead and I got it. That is the power of Ollie's. I pick up things I wouldn't otherwise pick up. So yeah, we got a few Ollie's things that I got. I'm just saying, if you're a customizer out there, I don't know who you may be, but find an Ollie's near you because there's a lot of raw materials you can pick up dirt cheap. Including I walked in there tonight, not expecting to get anything. Just thought I would take a look because it literally is a 2-minute drive from me. And they had the Bandai Boba Fett model kits on sale for $12. And this is normally what I think, like a $35 model kit or some such. I've never done a Bandai model kit, but for $12, I'm going to try it and see how it goes. I mean, just as a display piece, if you don't need a lot of posing material, you just want something for a display. Again, it was for $12. It was worth trying. Something I did miss that they had a flyer on display for. They were selling the Black Series Trapper Wolf X-Wing pilot helmets, the 1-to-1 Trapper Wolf helmet that they released, I don't know, 2 years ago, year and a half ago. Normally like $100, they were selling for $30. They had sold out before I had gotten there, or I probably would have picked one up because $30 X-Wing helmet kind of feels like something that you should do. But I did not do it because they didn't have any left. But I did find some other stuff. So you know what? Let me go ahead and open that real quick. I've actually opened up most of the stuff I got from Ollie's in the past few weeks a while ago. But they had this Black Series 3 3/4 scale Ponda Baba, which I believe is the same as the. Hey, Sean, how are you doing? I'm just talking about some Ollie's pickups, a bunch of stuff that showed up at Ollie's. I don't know if you just heard that they Ollie's has the Trapper Wolf X-Wing pilot helmets on sale for $30 if they have any left at the Ollie's near you. Mine, they said they might have more in the back. I guess there's this largely unexplored storage space of inventory they haven't put out yet that may have more of the helmets. They don't know. So yeah, I think I might check back on that just to see if they have it. But for some reason, they got this 2016 release of the 3 3/4 scale Ponda Babas in with all of the accessories, the alternate hands, the alternate arms, the glass, which I believe was all originally included with the TVC release a few years prior to this. But they got this in just out of nowhere. 2016, 6 years ago. No, more than that, 7 years ago. A 7-year-old figure just suddenly appeared. Not just one. There was like 10 of them sitting on the shelf. I didn't have the TVC or the Black Series release, so I went ahead and picked this up. So let's go ahead and open him up, to complete that cantina. Yeah, I mean, considering all the stuff and a ton of other Black Series that I already had, a lot of the archive releases. I know you do the Black Series releases, Sean. It's worth swinging by just to see what they have gotten in by you, because it seems like a ton of stuff is showing up. And I don't know if you saw earlier, but they also have the Bandai model kits, which are Black Series scale. They had these for $12, the Boba Fett. So I would assume that yours also got some of these in, since it was an advertised thing that they were getting. It's weird that it's the Empire release of Boba Fett, so it's also not a new kit. Again, I don't know where they get these things. Yeah, checking into Ollie's is definitely a case of FOMO now. I mean, I'm curious to see, like speaking of Ponda Baba, the Best Buy. I believe they were Best Buy exclusives. The Ponda Baba and Dr. Evazan Black Series releases. They were a few months ago. They finally got all of those in as well. So I could have picked up Black Series Ponda Baba at the same time. Yeah, well, I mean, if you know anyone else who wants one, now's the time to go down to Ollie's and pick it up. I'm assuming his flipper hands can also hold his glass. Can they? No. Yes? Yeah, there we go. Something I tend to like to do with TVC or any figure is go ahead and put the blaster in the holster as soon as possible, just so I don't lose it. Better to have it just live in there right away than have to worry about finding it later. We got Ponda Baba, put him next to Big Fortuna from the Jabba's Palace. Just came out. What do we got next? This is the only other. Speaking of Ollie's, real quick, I think I'd mentioned this. I definitely have mentioned this before. I posted some pictures of them. I got 2 right here. I actually picked up, I think, 4 total that Ollie's had for $2 each. This is 1/12 scale arcade consoles. Forgot consoles. What's the word I'm looking for? Cabinets, arcade cabinets. Fortnite theme, but I mean, there's just stickers. You could easily customize this into any other game you wanted it to be. It's thick plastic. They come with a bunch of Fortnite accessories. Ollie's has them for $2 each. I could not resist getting scaled arcade cabinets. So if you're interested in customizing arcade cabinets for your figure displays, head down to Ollie's. It's weird. It's turning into an Ollie's ad, and it don't want it to be, but I gotta stop going there. Oh, so you got your Ahsoka, your Hot Toys Ahsoka, and what, like the 7th Grogu now in your collection? I mean, the thing's already outdated. You know, there's going to be a tweak for the Ahsoka series release and Ahsoka the White release as well. Ollie's did have a bunch of these, speaking of Ahsoka. So I picked up an extra thinking that it would be an easy customization into the Ahsoka the White, or just adding a cloak to it for an alternate display. But for $3, it was hard to pass up. They had a bunch of the retro releases from Kenobi there, and also some of the for some reason the early Mando stuff. The Moff Gideon, the Dark Trooper, not Dark Trooper, the what is the name of the troopers that Moff Gideon had? Too many troopers to keep up with. It's not Dark Trooper. Just trashing that part. Just keeping the card back. But there, I got. For $3, it was worth picking up to customize. There's another Ahsoka. I mean, that's the. They had the R2s. Do I have one of those sitting over here? Let's see. There's one. Let me grab it. They got in the Walmart exclusive Death Star droid and the Sensorscope R2s that were impossible to find when these things were released. Year before last? I think it was the end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Either way, Walmart exclusive, hard to get. They eventually went to, I think, like Entertainment Earth, but cases and cases of these things just showed up. Sadly, not the basic Stormtrooper, but $3 for a vintage collection R2. I just picked up a couple just to customize, do some weathering on it, practice that as best I can. I'm not very good at it, but we'll see. But again, for that price, it's hard to pass up to try out. So that was it for the Ollies for today. I would have gotten that Trapper Wolf X-Wing helmet if only it had been there. But maybe they'll have more, and then I'll definitely pick it up for that price. But the Hasbro Pulse Jabba's Palace Denizens came, that set. So this Reese I actually have in the Jabba's Palace playset, the one that came with Reese and Han and Carbonite a few years back. So this is actually a re-release of Reese. A Reese release. So this was the only one that was previously available in TVC. And then the other 3 figures were new to TVC releases. And we'll get to them in just a second. I hope everyone's doing well as we start October and fall. And for those who celebrate spooky season, if anyone does any decorating, I usually do have a projector on the front window, do some animated projections for the holidays. Have some LED lighting for the house. Oh, that came off nicely. Unpunched cards. Let's get this reuse out. Comes with not one but two blasters for his chunky hands. So I'm assuming, Sean, if you're still here, that you've already prepared yourself to get the Sabine Hot Toys and the Chomper Hot Toys that were announced. And I guess with that Chomper Hot Toys, they also teased the Hera Hot Toy release. Too many Hot Toys. Rotate that to get him standing. What else do we have? So here's one of the new ones, Vulcan Tazeri. I was getting confused. Was Vulcan? I think Vulcan was the one that was on the skiff. With Luke and Han and Chewie. And Lando. Near the Sarlacc pit. This is a figure that I know a lot of folks have been asking for quite a while. And the announcement of this came as a happy surprise. I also like the simplicity of his outfit design. Basically, he's just a upholstery man. Vulcan Tazeri. My buddies call me Velk. Standard. The Jabba's Palace Blaster. I know I did a head sculpt under this. So you can actually take his hood off. Oh, beardy. But, so if I get my magnifier. It's a bit Charlton Heston and Planet of the Apes. Nice to have him. Put that back on. Put his blaster there. Will he stand easily? Ooh. Come on. Come on. You can. Yeah. Well, he'll do the lean. And this is from Jabba's sail barge. Time Drengarin. Time Drengarin. Tim Drengarin. I believe this is the character who shoots Luke in the hand. Injuring or scarring the lovely fake skin he had on his mechanical hand, which I guess he never got replaced. Bet his insurance wouldn't cover it. It's like you get it once, no replacements. Okay. get Tim out. Tim Tam. Tim Tam Dringarin. Oh, that's why Tim Tam. A nice cup of tea. Oh, he has got no holster, so he's going to have to hold his. Let's see how he looks underneath his. Well, his comes off a lot easier because he doesn't have the beard holding it up. Very early 80s. Let's get that blaster. That Luke scarring blaster. His hand. Okay, Tim Tam. And the final figure in that 4-figure Jabba Court Denizen set, Tessic, Squid Face. Finally, a modern version of Squid Face. We've seen survives into the Mandalorian era. Saw him scurry away when Boba Fett Boba Fett took down Bib Fortuna. Tessic was standing there behind Bib before he ran off. Good for him. He lives to squid another day. He should have put down a cloud of ink as he ran. Yoinks! I'm out of here. Nice and clean. Let's get Tessic out. Well, I'm glad these are finally out. Although that Power of the Jedi Tessic was really good. But now, what, 20 years old? Over 20 years old? So definitely needed an upgrade. And they did a fine job on it. Okay, got some cloth goods. Nice cape. There's Tessic. Okay. Let's see. We got one more vintage collection and then a couple of Black Series. And then, depending on how long we've been going, I may open up this vehicle that I've been wanting to open up for quite a while. But went to Target today and opening. And here's the thing I had pre-ordered from Target that, of course, showed up in the store first. So I figured I might as well pick it up while I'm here. There was also a coupon. So seemed like a good time to get it. But the Black Series version of this has already been out for what, I think a month and a half, 2 months. At least a month I've had the Black Series version of this. Wow, that's a lot of empty space in there. They couldn't have just put this on a card. It needed to be an expensive deluxe package. I think some of the things that they release as deluxes are not really deluxe. But who am I to complain? I'm the one getting suckered into getting it. Okay, so what do we got? This is the display stand for the frogs that Grogu levitates in that scene. And this will be the frogs, the backpack. There's a lot of frogs. Make sure we get everything out of there. No, almost lost a Yoda hilt. tiny things in here. But how I'm expected to keep track of all these things. Okay, what do we got? We got a Luke lightsaber. We got a lit Yoda lightsaber. We got the unlit Yoda lightsaber. We got the chainmail shirt. the gift from Din to Grogu. And then the Beskar chainmail shirt. The little Grogu ears package that the chainmail shirt was in. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the frogs. We got little Grogu. A little bit of arm articulation, head. We got the unlit Luke lightsaber. And we got the little bag, backpack for Luke to carry Grogu, the way he also carried Yoda. There's the Luke. The deepfake Luke. Captured that nicely. Yeah, it looks better at an angle. The straight on view, a little terrifying. Little cloth goods for the bottom of his shirt. Yeah, not the best Luke they've done, but by no means the worst they've done. Sadly, it does not come with the little box that Luke kept the lightsaber in, which did come with the Black Series release. So that's a shame. Speaking of Black Series and Target today, got 2 Black Series releases that I missed the pre-orders on, so I had to go first thing in the morning, 8 a.m., when Target opened, to get those figures that I missed on pre-order before it became a nightmare to hunt them down in the aftermarket. So we got Commander Appo from the Jedi Temple flashback scene in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's get him open. And then already looking at this in the package, I was disappointed. And I'll show you in a second why I was disappointed. I don't want to be disappointed in this, but it seems like something I've been noticing more and more. And I don't know if it has to do with the general cost cutting and corner cutting that we've seen with some of the figures recently, particularly when it comes to doing washes on the figures, which seems to have become non-existent, which is a shame because when done right, a wash on a figure gives that little extra level of realism. And they used to do it quite a bit on the Black Series figures. Sometimes quite well. But let's put this box back together. Come on, slide in there. That is holding you up. Come on, get back in. Close. There we go. Box closed. But the photo printing, the face printing, seems to have been getting worse on these. Like This looks like it was just standard painted more than the face printing. There's like a real cartoony quality. And some of the face printing, they've done spectacular jobs on face printing. And this just seems lackluster compared to what we've gotten in the past. I don't know. It just it seems slightly lesser than what we've gotten, and I don't know why that is. I hope that it doesn't continue to be the case. Put this back on. Can we get it on? That's going to be a tight fit. I will deal with that later. For now, he is going to hold it. You can hold your bucket, right? Not sure. Has anyone said why the blue paint for the 501st is a little bit lighter than the other 501st figures they've released in the past? I don't know if that's canon or what the deal with that is. Got that blaster in there. I very rarely use the rifle. It usually just goes into a storage bag. But the other figure today, that was honestly the one that was harder to get because everyone seemed to want it, is the Duel's End damaged Darth Vader. And I feel like such a sucker for getting this. But, it pressed all the buttons. Nifty moment in the series. I got the figure. The 75th Black Series Darth Vader I've gotten, it seems like. But this one's slightly different. And I'm sure Hasbro, when they found out that this was going to be an option, were probably delighted that this was something that they could do, largely using the Darth Vader molds they already had, the few obvious tweaks. But yeah, the reuse potential on this, I'm sure, made them very excited. Wish these hadn't been retailer exclusives, but yeah, I get it. That's the landscape. That's what we're dealing with. That's the present state of the toy business, yada yada. But so people have investigated that. Yeah, that this is a full-on Anakin head sculpt underneath here. So that's, compared to the Apo, that's a much better paint job in there. Is this where they spent all the money, leaving none for Commander Apo? This is the only thing that's different. That and the chest plate. That's the only thing that makes this different from a standard Vader figure. But they did a good job capturing the layers in the helmet and the damage. I'm really impressed. As far as the thing you really had to nail to knock this one out of the park, they did it. When Hasbro does something good, they have the ability to do it really great. Which, makes the times when they don't quite get to that level all the more regrettable and disappointing. But then they got this. You didn't make me. I made me. Oh, Vader. I'm Vader. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. and I'm sad and mad that I'm sad. It's almost a mad Vader. Vader. This is what happens when I do an open chat without a guest. Just talking with my Vader. You do not get a separate unlit lightsaber, but of course we get the ability to make it unlit. So yeah, I mean, if these weren't so expensive, although who knows, maybe they'll show up in Ollie's one day. I doubt it. I think this. Oh, we did. Oh, they also we have a little cut to the cape. I'm sorry, and yeah, rough edges on the cape. So they did do the cape slightly different as well, and the inner robe has some slices. So they did a few more things. Sculpt wise, though, the only difference is the chest plate and the new head sculpt. So yeah, they put some more effort into it, and I will acknowledge that. Yeah, if it wasn't so expensive, I probably would pick up another one just because I kind of want to take the helmet off and see the entirety of that head sculpt. Like that they actually, I think, is that also a translucent? Let's see if I can find my pen light. I think the lens. We can see his other eye in there. Where is that pen light? There we go. Okay, let's see. Will let's show? Okay, maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I'm trying to think how best to. If I shine the light inside, will I be able to see? Maybe it's not. Yeah, I don't think it is. That would have been nice if you could see through the lens. I mean, they were able to do it with the tech re-release, the tech figure. Sadly, not this. But still, nice to have. See, now they can just flip the mold and re-release this as the damaged Vader from Rebels. Just do a mirror on the mold. We get them side by side with the broken mask. That's how you do reuse. Okay, so, well, that was all the figures that I had to open, right? Oh, how long have I been going? Like an hour? I really want to open this thing. You know what? Let's open it. I don't think it'll take that long to do this. So what I'm going to do is clear some of these figures away to give us a little bit more room. I've been wanting to do this for a while. Open this vehicle. So let's move these figures over to here. Let's get them out of the way. Because I'm definitely going to need the extra room. Do I have a Ziploc baggie? But I can put all of these little bits in. I'm afraid of losing these bits that came with that Luke. Boop. Do, 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 do. And hey, if you're watching this in the future, hi, how you doing? Please hit that subscribe button. I do have a contest, a giveaway. If you're a fan of the recent DuckTales series and the Art of DuckTales book I did, there's a very special giveaway I'm going to be doing when I reach a certain threshold of subscribers. Not only here on YouTube, but also if you follow me on Blue Sky at Ken Plume bsky.social. I think is my full address over there. And Ken Plume on Instagram. I'm going to be giving away a couple of really nifty things that I think you'll really enjoy. And you can also become a patron over on Patreon at patreon.com/Ken Plume, where even at the $1 level, you get access to all of my audio exclusives. There's a lot of conversations with incredible guests and podcasts and quiz shows. Ton of stuff. There's a ton of stuff you get access to. Move these things over here. And again, that's $1 level, patreon.com/Ken Plume. I have an Amazon wish list if you'd like to get anything off of there. I think that's enough room. The Amazon wish list and also tipping link is down in the description below. So please check that out. And yeah, let's get this vehicle open. I think I'm going to have to move that Fortnite figure, that scientist, just to be sure I have enough room for this. Okay. Had this for a while. This was a birthday gift from a good friend. Shout out to Mark. It is the re-release of the ATST that came with, you can see it there, the Chewbacca figure. Oh, I just knocked something down. Oh, knocked down my Tarkin. Comes with a Chewbacca figure, supposedly slightly better joints, although everyone says that the joints are not slightly better and that it still falls down. But c'est la vie. I have the Empire Strikes Back. Was the Empire? No, I have the Jedi ATST that they released back in 2010. I want to say. I have that one, and that one's gone all wilty. And then I have one of the original Kenner ones. Let me open this thing up. We're going to assemble this thing. You can always use more ATSTs. I want to say. Okay, we got instructions. A lot of air in this box. Okay. Well, I don't want to tear anything apart. There we go. You know how long I've been waiting to do this, because there is dust on the box top. Dust on the box top. One of these bags has already fallen open. Got little bits that are floating around in the box. Okay. What's in here? Oh, I don't want to lose that. That was also floating around the box. I hate that bowcaster is in two pieces. I mean, I get that it makes it easier to produce it, but so easy to lose. But I do like the weathering that they've done on this. Definitely more weathering than was on the other release that I have. That's that. Yeah. That is going to be the main part of it. I'm thinking that this other part here has the legs and Chewbacca, I would presume. It's going to be easier to cut that. Where? There it is. Open that. Oh, that is definitely a Chewbacca in there. One of his, like the last release that had the swappable guns on it. That's a leg. And that's a leg. Okay. Shake it around. Make sure there's nothing else in there. And we take these components out. I never got the Raider version of this from The Mandalorian, which I know they just did the re-release on. I remember seeing that thing sitting at Best Buy forever. I think it was a Best Buy exclusive. I just was never excited to get it. I was like, why do I need a Klatooinian Raider? That's not exciting. But now, if the opportunity presented itself, a little bit cheaper than what it's being sold at for the re-release, I would probably get it. If it ever shows up at Ollie's, dirt cheap, then I will get the Klatooinian Raider version of the ATSD. But I definitely don't think I'm going to pay full price for it. Okay, let's get this out. Oh, we nearly got all the pieces out. That's the other side blaster. And I already am liking the weathering a lot better on this than the original release. You can definitely tell this is an Endor ATST because it's got Choco feet. I am dropping things left and right. Okay, that's back up. What do we got left? This Chewbacca. I know this is a re-release of a previously available Chewbacca, but it's a good Chewbacca. It's definitely that Return of the Jedi Chewbacca. Styled. He's got that 80s style going on with those brows. Okay, so we got all the bits out. I can now, because I love to get things out of the way, I'm going to rebox all the bits, just so that is not a mess concerned. I don't know about you, but I am someone like if I'm cooking, I like to do the dishes as I go along, just so I don't have to worry about doing them all at the end. Okay, let's get that. There's the instructions. Okay. What do I gotta do first? Oh, this is... That's it for the instructions. And you hold them? Thank you. A nice detailing in the cockpit. Stickers already installed. Love that. Okay, close that for now. Yeah, that weathering. Again, really nice. No! There we go. Okay. So, which side are they saying is one and which side are they saying? Are these identical? No, these are keyed. One's a circle and one is squared off. Okay, so the circle goes here, is what they're saying. Oh, this is not going to come out once it's in. At least not easily. Does make for a tight fit, though. That's there. And it wants us to put that in there. That's to the front, right? Yes. Okay, that's the one that's keyed that way. Oh, well, that went a lot easier than the head. Okay, so that was 1, 2, and 3. No, that was 1 and 2. 3 is getting the legs in. Well, we got bits of the legs right there, right? Yeah. Okay, so we got to rotate that out, because then that's going to key into there. Okay. Swivel that out. And then the other leg into there. Oh, like the pressure I have to put on that. Okay, look at the bowcaster out of the way. I just want this thing to be, there we go, in a decent position to put the rest on. Okay, so now we've got its ears. Gotta put its ears on. Barrel ear goes on this side. Okay. The blaster ear goes on that side. Okay. And then we got the turret. Its mouth goes there. Did I put this in wrong? I did, didn't I? No, wait. Yeah, no. There we go. Okay. That's it. Okay, I did it right. No way. Now, let's see if we can get it into an upright standing position. This is always the biggest pain with this thing. But I can already tell these joints are not the best. Is that where it wants to be? No, wants to. No, that okay. That'll rotate. Yeah. Oh, geez. Why is this such a pain? Okay. That's the amount of flex. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is so awkward. Okay. No. Yeah. No. That is not. That is not the way. Okay, let's look at the picture. And then it wants to swing that out that way. And then that's back that way. I was just as bad at this posing this darn thing when I was a kid, too. Well, we got one side good. Ish. Well, you know what? I may sort this out later. And not now. This is going to take some time with this thing. Because that ain't right. Let's go back to looking at Chewbacca. Oh, jeez. I got the legs on, right? Right. Yeah. Shows that. And that's that. Because that there. And that's there. Oh, I see what they're doing. I didn't put the feet down properly. Yeah, I can already tell this thing is going to be as janky as the last release. When it comes to balance and how well these legs are going to stay in place. It's just an awkward design. Yep. Oh, look. Oh, no. The Ewoks took it down. Oh. Oh, darn. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. We'll just put Chewbacca on it. Triumphant. He's the best around. No imp is gonna take him down. He's the best. Well, we've come to the end of another open chat. Let me know if you have any questions at all before we close things up. A lot of nice figures. There will be some guests coming up, and there are a ton of guests if you haven't caught up with all of the episodes that exist of Force 5, the regular Force 5, where I have guests on to talk about their 5 favorite Star Wars collectibles and just collecting in general, and just wonderful conversations. There's a ton of those episodes you can check out. There's a lot of open chats with folks like John Hodgman and Matt Fraction and Chip Zdarsky and Mike Case and Joseph Scrimshaw and Ken Knapsack. And there's a ton of those as well. Wonderful conversations while I also open a stack of Star Wars toys. And there's some of these where it's just me opening stuff, and in this case, making lemonade in the posing. And again, if you'd like to support the channel, like, subscribe. There's an Amazon wish list link down below if you'd like to show any support that way. There's also Patreon, patreon.com/Ken Plume. Please go check that out. Trying to build those numbers up. Got some giveaways coming up soon. If you're a fan of the DuckTales Art of DuckTales book that I did, I think that you'll definitely want to win the thing that I'm going to be giving away. A couple of them when I reach 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is coming up soon. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. You will be automatically entered into that drawing. Go follow me on Instagram, Ken Plume, on Blue Sky, Ken Plume, at bsky.social. And yeah, I think that's most of the places. Yeah, I think that's most of the things. Yeah, there's all those things. And again, more episodes of Open Chat, Force 5, soon. Some great guests. Also, some bit of a chats coming up. If you remember that show that I did, that's coming up soon as well. Get some new episodes of that with some fun guests. And maybe some more announcements beyond that. But either way, thank you for joining me on this impromptu episode of Open Chat. And look at it. Look, I pretty much kept it to an hour. Surprising myself tremendously. I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye. From me and Chewbacca, who's taking a nap now. Bye, everybody. Oh, no. It's all falling down. I better end it now.